Hello, welcome sa Rebyuhan ng Bayan. This is Mark, ang host nyo. Tonight, we're gonna review two films. This is a part of our Halloween special. So we're gonna review Unfriended and also Unfriended 2, Dark Web. So Unfriended 1 was released back in 2014. It's about this group of young people, group of teens na nagkaroon ng paranormal encounter sa isang multo um, dun sa apartment nila through Skype. And part two, which was released 2017, is about the same premise. It's about these people na nagsiskype at ganun din yung mga pangyayari, but instead of a supernatural entity, it's going to be a found footage tale or isang cautionary tale not to mess up with the dark web. We're gonna review this film together with one of my good friend, John Patrick Cuenca. So John Patrick Cuenca has been also a good friend of mine. Um, he's been on my college days since then, and also he's really a fan of horror films as well. Unfriended and also Unfriended dark web, na-request niya sa akin ni-request niyang reviewin 'to, kaya nandito tayo ngayon at iimbitahin natin si John Patrick Cuenca. So, let's try to send him an invite. So, by the way guys, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing okay, you're doing, wonderful at the same time. Nagkaroon ng orange, uh, warning ang alam ko, yung National Risk Reduction Agency is nagpadala ng yellow warning sa Batangas and also Laguna. So hopefully guys, you are doing safe and okay right now. So try nating imitahin si John Patrick Cuenca. So yun, to add up, uh, what is this movie all about? This movie is about these teens na gumamit ng Skype, using Skype to a form in a form of communication. Napagdesisyonan naming reviewin 'to kasi it's I think napapanahon na rin these days wherein most of us nakulong sa bahay at, the only forms of communication through personal encounters and also, through work is by means of Zoom or other application or video chat application. So today, very real yung horror na 'to. Not really horror, but very real yung concept na 'to na manonood tayo ng mga videos. We're gonna talk to our friends and also colleagues at work through a form of a social media platform, which is Zoom, Skype, and other platforms as well. So, di natin ma-invite si Patrick. Ayun na, ata. Yun!
Fine. Finally, yes.
Kumusta, Patrick?
Well, I'm doing fine. Actually, katatapos lang ng shift ko. So, kita mo naman kung gaano ako ka-haggard.
Oo nga eh.
Yes.
Salamat sa small time na pag-accept mo sa invite ko. Alam ko medyo biglaan din. Like kanina ko lang din
Oo.
sinabi.
It's fine. It's fine.
I see.
So, ayan. Feeling ko naman
Kamusta
I'm all
naman work?
ready. Well, ayun, bilang nasa gitna naman tayo ng pandemya, so super duper ingat lang talaga. Like
Tama.
kahit hindi mo talaga masasabi kung yung nakakasalamuha mo kahit paano is safe ba or infected na ba siya or what. Ganyan. So,
That's the most
nasa
important thing
side na
naman.
yon.
Always tayong mag-iingat, di ba? Tsaka, yun lang,
True.
social distancing. So,
Yep.
Pat, tonight we're gonna review two films. Alam ko before na-request mo lang siya, di ko lang nagawa kasi I'm also doing other film reviews as well, which is horror din naman.
Yeah.
So tonight we're gonna do a Facebook Live on these two films, which is Unfriended. It was released in 2014, and also the
40.
mandatory sequel, which is the Unfriended 2 Dark Web.
The dark web.
So,
Oo.
kailan mo napanood tong ano pa, tong Unfriended one
Yung una.
and
Actually, matagal
oo,
na yun eh. Di ba 2014? So, feeling
oo,
ko graduating yun at like 2015. Ano, ganong year, 2015. Actually, ano yun, parang, ang instance kung bakit ko siya napanood is, parang random lang ako nagtitingin ng movies. But since, di ba nga, sabi ko sa'yo, I'm into more thriller genres or horror, mga ganyan.
mm,
So, ayun, before kasi ako manood, parang chine-check ko muna bawat trailer. So, parang I found it interesting. And at the same time, medyo iba din yung twist. Kasi, di ba, alam mo naman yung setting nila. It's like, Skype.
mm,
Skype kasi before eh. Hindi katulad ngayon na Zoom na yung
oo,
sikat.
Zoom
So,
na,
Skype, tapos bahay lang, or siguro may ibang location na pwede sila mag-Skype together. Ganon.
mm,
Through, of course, computer, camera, ganyan. So, yun, parang yung nakita ko yung trailer and then nabasa ko din yung um, kung anong meron din sa movie. Ang ginawa ko, pinanood ko siya agad. So yon, dun siya nag-start. Yung sa Unfriended 1, 2015, I guess, hindi ako nagkakamali ko siya napanood. So
right,
matagal na panahon na yan, oo. Siguro meron na lang akong konting spot ng movie na medyo natatandaan ko, ganyan. Kasi recently ko lang napanood yung sa dark web.
mm,
So, yung sa dark web, feeling ko naman mas meron akong share doon than sa Unfriended one.
ah. Kaya tong
Mm.
Unfriended, it was back in the day. Actually, naman siya original concept talaga in terms of, film execution.
Mm.
There are
Okay.
other similar films as well in the past. That then, if you guys will watch it, it's also on the similar story. Um, if you'll compare it to the Unfriended one. But that time kasi it created the buzz na, uy, parang bago to, parang Skype type of horror na
Mm.
parang Blair Witch Project. So,
Okay.
medyo sumikat siya ng time na yun kung tatanda mo ba yung diba, nung pinalabas siya sa movies tsaka sa mga
Mm.
cinemas as well back then. We're like fourth year college ata na, tapos graduating kayo ang alam ko, di ba?
Mm.
Ah. Tsaka ano, tingin mo, Unfriended kasi is a story of Blair. So Blair has this group of friends na nag-Skype sila one night and merong mysterious thumbnail na lumabas dun sa ilalim ng Skype message nila,
Mm.
which is hindi nila alam kung sino. At first,
Right.
they thought that it was like a hacker or something that nagpa-prank lang. And
Mm.
it later turns out, so medyo spoil na namin kayo kasi ano naman
Sorry na naglaking
friendly
honest
review
guess.
naman to. Kumbaga
Mm.
friendly review and analysis as well. So, okay, salamat Stella, nanonood si Cristel, tsaka si
Ayan, hi
Yas.
Stall, si Duday. Si Yes ba nanonood din?
Nanonood
Hindi ko
din
medyo
siya.
nakikita yung ano eh. Wait lang ha, inaayos ko yung ano ko. Yan, anyway, I'm
Sige,
good.
sige, sige.
Yan. Okay.
Ayun, yung
So,
movie na
sorry to
mm.
interrupt, pero are we going to like parang bigay tayo ng opinion together with dun sa dark web ng
Oo.
sabay or okay, sige.
Okay
So
kahit
parang
anong format, ano
we're like
naman 'to, eh.
doing parang parang we're like doing the similarity or the difference of or the differences of the two things like that. Pero it's up to us basta magbigay lang tayo ng insights natin sa Unfriended one tsaka yung sa dark
Oo.
web. Okay.
And probably
Okay,
decide
continue.
later on. Tama.
Sure.
And like,
Okay.
just to add on what you said a while ago, probably decide on which one is better in terms of the execution as well and story-wise,
Mm-mm.
overall. Ngayon, yun, agad na.
Yeah.
To continue what I
Inayos
said
ko
a
na siya.
while ago, Unfriended one is about Blair and also her group of friends na Skype. Then one night may nakita silang mysterious thumbnail doon na nasa baba. And
Mm-mm.
akala nila nung una nagpa-prank lang siya, akala nila it's just something na niloloko lang sila. And it later
Right.
turns out na it's their friend Laura. So Laura was killed in a self-caused or self-harm. Kumbaga nag-suicide siya.
Mm-mm.
So yun, dun umikot yung story na yun. Minumulto sila ni Laura. Laura
Mm-mm.
is like possessing things and also technology around those people or around those folks as well. So ikaw ba, nung una mo napanood to, ano yung thoughts mo? I mean, nagandang ka ba sa story niya?
Okay, kasi ako naman, pagdating kasi sa horror and thriller, parang may minsan
Mm.
kasi na expected mo yung mangyayari dun sa portion na pinapanood mo. So, let's say for example, sa ganong setup, at that time kasi parang that was my first time parang watching uh, na ganun yung setup nila. Like everything will be done through camera, through computer, sa
Mm.
Skype. And then parang yung execution na lang nila is like yung communication nila like siguro bilang face to face naman sila like nakikita naman nila yung isa't isa. So
Mm.
parang the way they act na lang or the way they carry their characters. For sure
Mm.
naman iba-iba din sila ng characteristics doon. And yun, kaya nung una ko napanood yun, parang okay, for me it's kinda intriguing. Like ano kayang meron dito
Oo.
sa
Totoo.
Unfriended than the usual na horror na napapanood ko. Like kunyari, 'di ba sa forest,
Mm.
ganyan, sa mga gubat-gubat or
Mm.
sa mga lumang bahay or meron din yung mga antique na mga bagay na sinasapian din, things like that.
Oo.
So this way is different. So that made me watch the movie before. Yan, yun yung sa akin.
Oo. Alam ko ba that time ang manauso talaga, which is hindi naman not that time lang specifically but also uso ng mga films in the past decade. Usually it's about haunted house, about big
Mm-mm.
houses na minumulto. Tsaka nagkaroon ng boom uli dun yung mga exorcism films like
Right.
The Exorcism of Emily
Emily
Rose.
Rose, yan, oo.
And right
Ganun
now,
yan.
or that time, yung nag-boom yung Twitter talaga, tsaka nag-boom yung Skype, doon pinalabas yung Unfriended. Which, like what I've said before, it's not really an original film, but it's more of a rehash of the existing found footage flick like the Blair Witch
Okay.
Project and also The Den. Siguro gusto ko to kasi yung execution niya is medyo solid para sa akin. Story-wise, I
Mm-mm.
think hindi siya ganun ka-solid for me as a film, but the execution itself, ayun naman talaga yung sabihin na natin nagpa-engrande dun sa pelikula.
Right.
So, Unfriended, tsaka
Feeling ko
papansin mo,
kasi,
mm,
ang sa akin naman, parang dito sa Unfriended, di ba, yung ganun yung setup nila, it's more on um, portraying or
nawala audio mo, Pat. Pat, nawala ata audio mo. Hindi ko narinig, Patrick. Ayun, medyo naputol si Patrick, nawala yung audio niya. Sige, try natin siya i-add ulit. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Salamat sa panonood. Ano lang to, friendly review lang to, friendly movie analysis as well sa films. We're doing like a Halloween special as of this moment. So we're doing this film reviews sa mga horror films, thriller, and other things na tumakat sa'yo that day or, back in the day. So if you have like movie reviews, analysis, or other things that you want us to review in the future, just hit like and comment din sa channel natin. So currently we're reviewing two films
I'm sorry,
so
na-disconnect
yan,
ako.
yan. Yan. Okay
I
lang,
think
okay lang.
I'm good. Okay, ayan. So someone is calling me lang, siguro may mag-update about work. But yeah, our agenda is about talking to different movies. So let's go back to our business. Okay.
Ayun,
So, saan nga ulit ako natapos?
sa Unfriended one, yung thoughts mo dun, tsaka yung back in the day, yung pinapanood mo siya, ano yung opinions mo dun?
Oo. So there, yun nga yung sa akin, parang mas lamang pa rin the way they act for us to be able to understand kung paano nila i-execute yung characters nila. And from the title itself, Unfriended, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
techy, napaka-techy. For me, it's totally techy na din, though that is just the basic, equipment na gamit, computer, wifi, camera,
Oo.
and then, yon, ganun lang siya. Pero, alam mo yung maganda dito, parang for me, minimalist lang din yung dating. Hindi siya technically maraming ganap sa movies, 'di ba? But,
Oo.
what makes it, parang, for me, is impressive, um, is really the way they portray talaga the characters. Yun lang naman yung ano ko doon. Parang really um, a good a good feedback from me as the one who was able to watch the Unfriended one. Execution lang
Mm.
talaga for me.
The execution of the film, right? For me
Yes, yes.
naman, yung mga character dito is kind of paper thin, meaning kumbaga trope sila. Merong nerd, merong jock, tapos merong,
Right,
alam mo, yun, merong
oo.
computer nerd, tapos merong babae na medyo kikay, parang paper thin. Siguro,
Iba-iba.
stylistic choice na rin yun ng director or ng mga makers ng movie para sa spoiler
Spice na
alert,
din, 'di ba? Oh, why not? Spoil natin
uh,
yun sa mga hindi pa
spoiler
nanonood, 'di ba?
alert, spoiler alert, some of them will be killed. Well, not, hindi ko na sasabihin ko sino-sino or kung ilan,
Mm.
pero some of them were killed. So, yung mga character choices nila, yung character development nila is kind of paper thin. Siguro, like what I've said, it's a stylistic choice sa mga director tsaka sa makers ng
Mm.
pelikula kasi pinapakita dito how technology had been affecting people as well, na
Right, oo.
how
Like,
people are perceiving themselves through technology, how people are like presenting themselves through the
correct.
mirrors of their screen. Yung mga characters dito, they're not the best person, ika nga, if you're gonna compare their ethics as well. So they have like their agendas, they have like their secrets as well.
Mm.
So at the end pala, they're like they did something bad to Laura Barnes, which is yung antagonist nung pelikula, which is yung The Ghost. Dun sa story nalaman natin na they did awful things dun sa babae. Medyo spoil na natin sila, konti lang naman.
Oo.
They're the one who caused the girl's death. So technically Laura Barnes like committed suicide, but here it's because they videoed her na sa part na yung sa may party, 'di ba, nalasing sila tapos medyo si Laura 'di ba may eksena pa nga doon napapoop siya doon sa ano niya sa pants niya dun sa short niya.
Mm.
Tapos binidyoan siya ng mga kaibigan niya. Wherein dahil dun sa kahihiyan na sinapit niya sa social media, she committed suicide and the
Suicide,
suicide as well
oo.
was videoed and it was posted on YouTube. So how sick was that, 'di ba?
Right,
So
oo.
merong element ng catharsis, merong element ng deserve yung nangyayari sa inyo kasi like you've been assholes as well
Mm.
throughout the story, throughout Laura's life as well.
Oo.
Ikaw
Parang
ba pating
kumbaga
mo
siya na yung
napanood nung
ano,
Unfriended one?
mm.
Oh, sorry.
Parang, yeah, katulad din yung sinabi mo doon, parang that is just to add some spice na din. Parang hindi lang naman siya about the characters itself, of course, the story, like how
Mm.
the movie tried to imply it to the viewers, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
kumbaga tama ka naman din sa sinabi mo kanina na yung technology is fast growing, so parang mas advanced na nga mas pa-advance pa parang how smart people creating or making such technologies or equipment that people can use from their
Mm.
daily lives to make their lives easier or our lives easier, things like that. So ayun, well, for me, it's a good shot na I was able to watch the Unfriended one. Tama, yun nga, to add some spice na din, tsaka it's for sure naman, halos karamihan or lahat naman ng movies, hindi lang siya about sa kung ano yung gustong iparating ng director, ng writer, and even the artist. Pero syempre, what's
Mm.
gonna be the moral, 'di ba? The moral of a certain movie to the viewers itself. Ayun, yun lang naman yun sa akin.
Tama. Ano lang natin, i-mention lang natin yung mga comments ng mga friends
Oo,
natin,
yeah,
tsaka
sure.
mga
Kasi hindi ko
viewers
actually
natin.
nakikita yung mga comments and suggestions maybe ng mga
Ah,
viewers natin. So, meron na
Oo.
tayong 10,000 viewers tonight.
Thanks sa 10,000 viewers namin. Mamimigay po kami ng skin,
10,000. True.
longganisa skin.
Okay, so go. Do your
Kasi
part.
sabi ni
Sino to?
Tuday, kasi nagsabi ko kanina kung if may gusto silang movie na ipa-review sa atin in the future, just
Ah,
comment the movies below. Sabi ni Duda is, ligo na yulapit nami. Why not, di ba?
Oh, wow, oo.
It's,
Oh,
if,
yung mga
if
ano
you'll package it sa
natin.
horror, pwede naman. Di ba? Loving
Oh,
someone
bakit
that
naman hindi?
did not love you back, that's an horror story already, di ba?
Already. May part kasi na ghosting din doon, 'di ba?
Oo nga na.
Ah, 'di ba?
Ang galing,
So
galing mo
there,
doon.
anyway. Okay.
Sabi naman ni Yasmin is, ano naman daw, the host. Yas, ito ba yung kay Bong Joon-ho, yung Monster, or ito ba yung sa Zoom? Kasi may dalawang movie na title is the host. Pero maganda yun. Both movies are great. So, nanay ko nag-comment din. Sabi ng nanay ko is, ano daw, magandang movie sa Netflix ngayon. Ano
Well,
ba?
actually,
Siguro,
maganda naman.
uh,
Marami halos maganda kasi simula na nag-pandemic, for sure naman, lahat ng mga naka-line up na movies, siguro sabihin na natin coming, supposed to be released by next year or the following year,
mm,
ganyan. Which is na-release na. And then, parang they're trying to parang i-release ulit yung mga lumang movies. Kaya siguro ako na mas nagkaroon ng time to watch um, a lot of horror or thriller movies because of that. So
mm-mm.
most likely kasi yung napapanood ko parang way back 2012, super old, like mga ganon, mga siguro 5 to 7 years ago na mga movies.
Yung
Sa
mga
Netflix ko lang
kapana,
din yun, oo.
parang pinapalabas ulit siya sa Netflix. Yung mga
Oo.
kapanahon na ng high school tsaka
High
college
school,
natin.
college days, oo, ganun siya. Then sa mga bago ngayon, siguro parang late bloomer lang din talaga ako. Parang ganun kasi yung mga tastes ko eh. I found out na, oh, matagal na pala tong movie na to, but parang ngayon ko lang siya napansin. Tapos parang for me, um, ito parang bago lang yung setup na ganito, bago lang yung ganitong kumbaga attack sa viewers, things like that. So, ayun, that made me watch the movies na din. So, basta horror and thriller, parang na-excite ako. Sometimes nga parang wala talagang idea for a certain movie, pero as long as it's horror and thriller, parang it's me to find out na lang kung masasatisfy ba yung expectation ko or ma-reach ba yung expectation ko to a certain movie or not. So, pag nangyaring, okay, in all fairness, like, nasatisfy naman ako din sa pinanood kong movie without reading the background or the history of that certain movie. Adi, it's totally fine. So, ibig sabihin kung sa
Mm.
akin, may possibility na sa ibang viewers is maganda rin yun. Kasi, di ba,
Oo.
kasi parang, I mean, karamihan naman siguro, lalo na sa mga enthusiasts na kagaya mo, ganyan, when it comes to films and such, they are reviewing like kung sino yung artist, kung sino yung director
Mm.
sa likod nito, writers, ganyan.
Right, right.
So ako baliktad, parang I need to watch the movie first, and then kapag nga nagandahan ako or hindi, that's the time naman na I review the background of artists, yan, artists, ng writers, ng directors, and stuff. Yan, mga ganon.
I see. So, sabi naman ni Shay is, why not review natin LGBT films and
Mm.
series.
Like the
Li-
BL, kasi di ba, sikat, parang
oh,
ano siya,
lately, parang nag-boom siya na yung
putok na putok ang BL series ngayon.
Sakristan.
Oo.
Potok na potok, tama ka doon.
As in like,
Sakristan,
parang
Game
nag-start yun
Boys.
sa Thai eh. Before kasi may ganun na, hindi lang siya like katulad ngayon na boom na boom. So may
Mm-mm.
instance na, ayun, meron akong clip na napapanood. And then meron din akong mga, hindi series actually, parang pag kasi, well, hindi ko alam kung dapat sabihin ko na ngayon to. Well,
Sige,
pag
sige,
kasi
go.
ano, when it comes to BL series, kasi hindi ako masyadong fan. Hindi dahil ganun yung story hap. I'm not sure. Parang iisa lang kasi yung tingin ko. I mean, okay, like BL series na Thai version, pero kapag dating naman sa
Ah,
pag sa local version naman, it's gonna be parang gano'n lang siya. Parang I
well,
need something.
not to be like a hater of BL movies,
Right,
because
oo
definitely
naman.
I am a supporter of LGBT plus Q
Mm.
community.
Yes, yes.
Kaso nga lang, in terms of movies, it's the same element kasi, it's the same, parang same timpla. It's about this two people na usually coming of an age, yung madidiscover nila na
Right.
yung tunay na sexuality nila, then may love sila sa isa't isa. Usually ganun lagi yung
Mm.
mga format. Why not ibahin naman yung ano yung dating, ibahin naman yung timpla. This is both a challenge and also
Oo.
both also a call for other filmmakers na yes, we already knew that LGBT films are existing, but make it bago. Make it bago naman sa panlasa.
Mm. Tama naman, which pero may ano din, may mga movies din naman ako, I mean series, ng, 'di ba yung BL is like bromance love, ganyan. If I'm
Boys
not
love,
mistaken,
parang tama ba?
boys
Boys
love,
love yung
ganun.
ibig sabihin
Parang
na.
boys love siya. Obvious talaga na hindi ako into BL. Pero yeah, I really appreciate it naman. Lalo na sa local, yung Game Boys.
Ah,
Um, yung isang artist is bida dun sa isang indie film din na napanood natin just a year back, parang gano'n. Si Kokoy something. And then, actually, I mean, indie actors din yung bumida doon sa Game Boys. And yun, natapos ko naman
ah,
siya. Parang ilang episodes lang din siya sa YouTube. So, yeah, naano din naman ako doon. Parang, nadala din naman ako. There are times na medyo teary-eyed din naman ako pag napapanood. Kasi somehow I can relate doon sa bida. And then, though I'm not sure when it comes to the relationship na lumabas doon. So,
ah.
hindi natin alam yun. So, maybe I can just imagine myself to it. Pero
Kumbaga,
experiencing it, hindi ko alam.
kumbaga meron pa ring ano, meron pa ring disbelief pero somehow you associate yourself to the story as well, to the characters, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
Which is the important
Mm-mm.
thing naman sa pelikula na, to associate yourself always to the bida, the story, so that, you'll
Oo.
be enticed in that film more.
Right. Parang ano lang, what I'm looking for is mas broad pa, kumbaga, or mas wide pa when it comes to, uh, boys love thing.
One time nga
Kasi,
mag-review tayo ng
oo.
ganyan, ano,
Pwede naman,
mag-compare tayo. Sige,
if, sino ba yung ano, may isa pa akong napanood like, medyo, nito lang din, parang nakalimutan ko na yung title ng series din, which is local din, available din siya sa YouTube. Actually,
mm.
kasabayan to ng Game Boys. So, yun. So,
Sige,
feeling ko ano, one time,
mm.
sige, try natin yan.
Sige, sige. Maganda idea
Okay.
yan. Thank you, Shay, sa
Mm-mm. Thank
pag-suggest
you,
mo ng idea na
Shay. Oh
yan.
my God. Hindi ko kasi mabasa yung mga comments nila. I guess si Duday, si Yas, si Shay, si Pauline nanonood. Sino pa ba?
Yan,
Si Misa.
si
Andiyan ba si
Alvin.
Misa?
Yan. Nandun si
Alvin.
Misa, pati si Alvin nandyan. Yung si Alvin yung
Ah.
escort, yung ano natin, yung escort
Right,
natin.
right.
Tama ba
Ay,
yung term
nakikita ko yun
escort?
sa
Dun
office
sa ano?
natin. Parang ang high school naman
Ang lakas
mag-escort.
maka-high school, ano. Alvin, basta
So,
pare.
ayan, si Cuevas, oy Alvin, charing. So there, going back, so nawala na tayo sa ating sa
Nga.
ating
Currently,
pinag-uusapan.
sa mga nanonood pa
Mm-mm.
lang, currently we're reviewing two films right now. It's Unfriended 1 and also Unfriended 2, The Dark Web. So these films tackle the supernatural and also paranormal in terms of Skype and also other social media platforms like Skype and
Platform. Ah.
also Messenger and other things as well na uso ng mga time na yon. So Unfriended
Mm-mm.
1, it's a supernatural flick. Kumbaga kalaban nila dito multo. Unfriended 2 naman is about dark web. So
Oo.
yung
Ito yung
yun, yung
parang
mga
matinding
yung
laban ng
mga
mga
bagay-bagay na di mo nakikita sa surface web, mga ganun.
right. Mm-mm. So,
So
para,
about dun sa ano
ikaw,
naman
anong take
sa
mo dyan? Mm-mm. Two.
dun sa unfriended sa sige, i-close muna
Sa
natin yung sa
dark
unfriended
web.
one.
Sure.
Sige, before dun sa dark web, yan muna natin yung unfriended one. Yung
Ah.
unfriended one, like what I've said, it's a supernatural flick wherein yung si Laura Barnes, which is the kontrabida tsaka multo nung film na yon. She's possessing things, she's possessing technology, and this technology is what killing the people na naging dahilan ng pagkamatay niya.
Ah.
May sort of catharsis as well na somehow alam mong deserve ng mga tao yung punishment, but meron pa
Mm-mm.
rin siyang moral dilemma, kumbaga meron pa rin siyang catch. Do they really deserve that horrible, horrible death, diba?
Mm.
The thing that they only did is that they participated in the humiliation game na sinapit ng bida, sinapit ni Laura. Kasi lahat ng namatay dun sa film na yon is kinalat nila yung video ni Laura. Both yung sa party and also yung suicide. So, as a
Suicide,
spirit,
oo.
nagalit talaga dun si Laura. Kaya yun,
Mm.
she killed every one of them. So, yun, boom, spoiler alert. So, every one of
Oh,
them
bakit
got
hindi? 'Di
killed.
ba? Right.
Tingin mo ba, yung mga characters doon, do they deserve the fate na sinapit nila?
Well, kasi yung gano'n, yung napanood ko siya, puwede kasi siyang mangyari talaga in real life situation. Oo,
Pwede,
yung
so
gano'n.
tama ka.
Kasi
Siguro
sabihin
palitan
na
na natin yung
natin,
supernatural na element ng,
mm,
let's say, psychological, di ba?
psychological, right? So marami kasi siyang ano, parang bagay na magfo-fall in order for us to be able to understand or to explain na rin, which I think science cannot, pero
Mm.
spiritually, tama ba? Spiritual perspective or religious perspective or religion perspective,
Pwede.
yung mga ganun,
Siguro,
ganun, ganun
itakal
term.
natin yung psychology nun. Kasi,
Psychology, okay.
like, cyberbullying is a real issue as well, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Currently, the bullying, meron na rin siyang sariling platform.
Right.
Kumbaga, technology has always been there. It's helping people. So, it's the
It's
one who
either to
wields it
help,
na
right,
it's either to help or to humiliate someone, which is kind of
someone,
scary
right, or
kapag
to worsen
napunta ka sa lugar
someone's
na
life.
yon. So, yun,
True.
cyberbullying is very real. Someone that you or I may know might be suffering from that as well.
Mm-mm.
So, be a little sensitive as well to people, not
True.
always
Feeling
saying
ko
na,
it's not a,
sensitive mo
mm-mm.
naman or ano ba yung
Correct.
political correctness ka masyado. But
Right.
be sensitive always. Maaaring yung pinagdadaanan mo na tingin mo magaan lang or light lang, maaaring mabigat na pala sa isang tao. Siguro yun yung
Mm-mm.
pinaka-core message ng pelikula na yon. If we'll give them that much baggage or like credit, siguro
Oo.
it's not really the best or perfect film, but siguro nandun na yung core message na, which is be nice to people na don't cyberbully or don't bully them as well if you don't know the story
Right.
behind it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I would agree to what you say. Actually, yun na naman talaga siya. When it comes to the use of media naman, parang there will no wrong about it if people behind it knows how to use it. If they know what they're doing is for the good, for the benefit of individual, then I guess sa audience or sa tao, what the people is trying to, to implement or to imply would have a positive parang reflection to us din naman, 'di ba? Kaya lang naman nagiging masama ang social media is marami kasing opinion tayong nababasa and natatanggap. Mapamaganda
Mm.
man or pangit. And then, syempre, let's say, ako, I have this situation na if marami ako nababasa na negative about sa akin, tendency is, like, to think na, I mean, alam mo yun, mag-isip ka ng mga bagay na which is unnecessary na even myself cannot really understand what am I really thinking. Things like that. Kasi
Mm.
ganun na yung tao sa iyo whether yung social media, parang they're using that platform to, sabi mo nga, to humiliate, to make someone's life um,
Miserable.
miserable there. So if really, no, I mean, people really knows how to use social media, and if they actually parang set it with or use it with for someone's good, well, I guess
Mm.
walang magiging problema doon. Pero, yun ang meron eh. Kung may good, may bad, yin and yang, di ba? Ganon.
Tama. Kumbaga, what
Mm-mm.
you give to a person is also what you will reap in the future. Kumbaga,
Right. Mm-mm.
connected doon. So yun, punta naman
Yeah.
tayo sa second movie natin, which is yung Unfriended Dark Web. Alam ko mas
Dark web.
natatandaan mo siya compared dun
Oo.
sa
Sa
number one kasi
una.
available siya sa Netflix. So guys, yung
Right.
Unfriended Dark
So,
Web,
sa viewers
available siya sa
natin,
Netflix. Mm.
true. Last month ko lang siya napanood, parang bago yata ako bumalik sa work nun kasi ayun, parang gano ba? Like 5 months, more than 5 months kasi
Mm.
akong namahay because of the pandemic. So, ayun, parang bago ako bumalik sa work, and then nag-browse din ulit ako noon, and then nakita ko nga yung Unfriended, which parang nag-flashback sa utak ko na, ay, napanood ko na to before ah. Then yon, come to realize na iba yung artists, and then iba yung setup. So sabi ko,
Iba yung
feeling ko
story,
bago
tsaka
to.
yung
Kasi syempre,
premise. Oo.
iba yung story, right? So when I tried to watch the trailer, parang, so, feeling ko exciting din tong isang to, though horror thriller nga yung genre niya, which I really like as well. So, yun, pinanood ko siya. And ito yung may moment na parang, hindi naman sa pagiging OA, pero, alam mo yung parang breathtaking siya for me. Oo, may moment talaga. Kaya ayoko ng moment sa movie na to na, kunyari, may silence. Kasi ako napapa-silent din. Like, hindi ako nakakahinga ng ilang segundo. And then, in all fairness naman, very catchy yung ganong twist nila sa movie. And then, come to the story pa, hindi naman siya totally similar from the first. Siguro
Oo.
maybe, siguro yung
Kasi the first is
pinaka-similarity
like
lang nila,
supernatural eh, no? Tapos
oo,
to is more on
supernatural.
tao lang din yung gumagawa, kumbaga yung people corrupting the
Right.
technology, kumbaga.
Which is sobrang galing. Biruin mo yun, parang in that scenario, in that case, nagagawin mo siya or i-adapt mo siya into movie, parang ang hirap. Kumbaga, ang techy na ng ginagawa nila. Ang techy pa nung, ang techy na nung setup, pero the way they
Mm.
act it, mas techy pa. Parang ganun.
Oy,
So,
hi nga pala kay ano,
diba?
kay Miss Lailani. Kilala mo si ano, 'di ba? Si
Yes, parang ito yung nakakasama natin before sa
sa
shoot
Kalamba.
sa Kalamba.
Ito yung mother niya
Monument.
si
Okay.
Miss Lailani 'yon. Nanonood siya. Hi
Hello po.
Miss Lailani.
Ayan.
So yeah, to add on what you said a while ago, doon lang sa mga di pa nakapanood or gusto pa lang panoorin yung pelikula,
Yes.
yung
Watch it
Dark Web,
now.
Unfriended, Dark Web is tama, tama, watch it now, tama. Yung
Mm-mm.
Unfriended Dark Web is the part of the Unfriended series. So, alam niyo naman Hollywood, mandatory na meron silang sequel kapag naging successful yung una nilang pelikula. So, ito yung sequel
Marketing na
niya.
rin yun, 'di ba?
Tama, tama.
Marketing.
Money, money talks.
Money, right?
So,
So,
compare sa first film, this film does not tackle the supernatural. So, it tells the story of Mateas. Ginugol ko kanina paano siya pronounce Mateas. So, very inconvenient. Pero yun, si Mateas, nakapulot siya ng laptop sa isang coffee shop.
mm-mm.
Then so si Mateas, meron siyang girlfriend na
Yeah.
deaf. So,
Left,
they're
yes.
using like sign languages to communicate to each other.
Communicate,
But since
right.
tong bida, yung lalaki is medyo bulok siya sa sign languages, gumamit siya ng isang app, nag-develop siya ng
Application.
isang app para maintindihan yung deaf na girlfriend niya. Which is yung
Mm-mm.
girlfriend nagkaroon ng tampo kasi gumawa ka ng app pero you did not bother to study sign language more. Parang
Language.
ano ba 'yon? Parang what gives, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
'yun, nagde-develop si Mateas, yung bida natin ng application wherein you can understand her girlfriend more.
Mm-mm.
So medyo mabagal yung computer niya. Then one time, nakakita siya ng laptop dun sa isang coffee shop. So, saka gusto niyang mas bumilis yung program niya. Ay, ayun, ninakaw niya yung laptop. And it
Right.
turns out na pala itong laptop na to may mga sketchy activities dun sa loob nun.
May mga hidden agendas,
So,
'di ba?
tama, tama. Ikaw ba
Ah.
tingin mo,
Mm.
is this like plausible or tingin mo ano ba to? Very real life ba to? Pwede ba siya mangyari sa tunay na buhay?
Well, oh, well, for me, if, sige, sabihin na natin yung, kung may intention ng tao na masama about that specific, um, siguro it's gonna be on someone's intention na din kung anong gusto niyang
Mm.
mangyari. Kasi, di ba sa movie, i-spoil ba talaga natin sila?
Sige,
Kasi
go.
what I
Ginusto
would like
nila
to
yan
say,
eh.
it's intentional talaga eh. Intentional na yung laptop na yun ay dapat makuha ng ibang tao. And
Oo,
everything is actually a plan.
tama,
Planado
tama.
yon.
Kumbaga,
Mm-mm.
come to think of it, if you guys already watched Saw, it's about like torture porn. If you watched
Torture
Saw,
nga,
'di ba?
mm.
They're like paying people to kill other people for their entertainment. It's like that, but in a sense of technology, in a sense of Skype and also Messenger and other social medias as well. So
Mm-mm.
it's been founded by the Circle. So the Circle is this group of people wherein they're like videoing people or they're like filming people doing nasty stuff and nasty things and nagbabaton sila if what will be the kapalaran of these people. So sabi dun sa
Mm-mm.
film stat or sabi dun sa wiki, 24,000 daw yung member ng The Circle na yon. So each member is named Sharon. So Sharon
Wow.
is like sa mga fan din ng Percy Jackson, siya yung parang bankero ni Hades. Siya yung tumatawid between afterlife, between the underworld and also the real world or the Middle Earth.
Mm-mm.
So each member is called Charon. Because technically, dark web is like the underworld, like the Hades of that world, and real life,
Mm-mm.
yung real internet is yung ano, yung real life na meron tayo. So yun, ay yung pinaka gist ng story niya.
Yung story niya. Mm-mm. In all
So,
fairness, mas
mm,
tama, maganda for me yung dark web. Siguro ano, they have developed um, alat na rin and parang ano yung uso ngayon, of course, since sabi nga natin kanina, technology is evolving, is growing fast. So, parang whatever they have done from 2014, 2050, dun sa Unfriended na movie na una, pwede nilang mas i-develop, mas i-adapt what's trendy and what they can do about it so that people would come to, realize that dark web is something na, parang different taste when it comes to technology
mm.
and that kind of scenario. So, maganda yung dark web.
For me, it's the same concept. Siguro pinalitan na nila yung supernatural ng dark web.
Oo.
Siguro
Kasi,
plus point na rin yung developed characters somehow, not really fully developed, but
mm-mm.
somehow merong legitimacy yung mga characters na somehow likable sila kahit pa paano compared dun sa
Oo.
mga bratty teenagers na nandun
Oo, kasi
sa
ito mga to,
Unfriended one.
mature eh, di ba?
They're like
Mature.
DJ, podcaster. Yung isa diba ata na nasa London, nagtatrabaho siya para siyang software
Ah,
engineer. So
mm-mm.
they're like friends na every week or every night na nagtatagpo-tagpo sa Skype to
Tagpo-tagpo
chat,
sila. Ayan, true.
magkamustahan.
Mm-mm. Diba? So, parang come to imagine na din for yung sa setup nila. Siguro nga, baka parang shoot lang nila yon. Kumbaga magkakapit bahay lang talaga sila literal, parang ganyan. Or sa labas lang ng bahay, things like that. Pero when you watch the entire movie, parang wow. Ayun. Well, alam naman
Kumpara
natin
siguro
na lahat
ano,
madadaan siya sa editing, sa music scoring, 'di ba? Pero given the fact,
ah,
of course, that is what is expected to a certain movie. Pero yun nga, sa characters, um, parang portraying their own roles is really a big plus dun sa dark web. Maganda siya.
oo, yung character
Mm-mm.
development niya is, hindi yung character development, I mean, yung ano yung character arcs nila, yung kumbaga, mas sa character, medyo mas develop compared dun sa part one.
Mm-mm.
I think nga lang dito, mas kailangan mo pairalim yung suspension of disbelief mo na kasi we all are using internet. We know how internet works, 'di ba? I
Works.
mean, I
Mm-mm.
just don't find it very real life, very totoo kasi wow, ang bilis naman ng internet, no? Parang lightning speed nandun ka agad. Tapos
Oo.
tayo sa Pinas medyo
'Di
mabagal internet natin, 'di ba? Hashtag
Oo.
converge, hashtag globe,
Right. PLDT lahat. Pero yon. Pero syempre, hindi naman
Battle
na natin,
sinama, no?
yes, for the power interruption, sinama lahat. Hindi naman na din natin maiisip yung ganon. So, syempre, it's gonna be in the movie. Pero, ang, kasi yung pinanood yung movie na yon ano eh, as in parang, it caught my attention agad. Parang, okay, I need to watch this. As in, hindi ako, indestructible talaga ako that time. Like, nandun lang ako sa terrace, nanonood ako. As in,
Ah,
diretso siya isang upuan, ganyan. So, at first kasi, normal lang yung lahat eh. So, etong si Bida, si Matt, paano nga siya i-pronounce? Si Matt na lang siguro
Mat
para mas
Mat
better.
na lang, Mat. Si Mateas.
Yan nga, si Matt na like
Mm.
busy. Kasi ginagamit niya na yung laptop na sabi binili daw, pero technically kinuha
Oo.
or ninakaw niya, ganyan.
Kinuha niya dun
So,
sa coffee shop.
sa coffee shop. So, gamit na niya yung laptop, busy siya sa pag-browse ng kung anong meron din sa laptop. Kasi syempre bago eh. I mean, bagong gamit niya. Which is
Mm.
technically hindi, of course. So, while yung friends niya, busy, even, di ba, parang they kept on talking pa nga and even sharing something sa Zoom. Pero, ang ginagawa niya parang sineset niya on mute kasi busy siya on that specific thing. And then, pag may nakita siyang something dun sa laptop, parang mag-chat siya sa ibang friends niya, nakakilala niya. And then, parang would like to verify kung anong ibig sabihin ng ganito kasi pwedeng clue siya or whatnot. Things like that. Hanggang sa napunta na nga siya dun sa tinatawag na The River. Di ba yung parang deep
Oo.
web or dark web? Kaya siya dark
Kumbaga
web, I think.
kumbaga yung kumbaga sa I'm not really like an expert pero ito yung
Mm-mm.
private server nila, The River,
Right.
parang ganun.
Oo. Eh, yung parang no one can detect them. Kung ano man transaction yung gawin nila, pag-usapan nila and everything, ganon. Parang doon lagi. Kaya, sa ano pa talaga, feeling ko talaga nakadala yung music recording. Kasi the way na may magbi-beep, kunyari may message,
Oo.
ganon. Tapos yung silence, di ba pag silence, tapos parang meron pang buzzing sound na
Kumbaga napaka-eerie na
nakaka...
siguro 'pag maririnig mo siya ng
Right.
like
Oo.
12:00 ng gabi, putang ina, patayin niyo 'yan.
True. As in, so yun talaga. So, sabi ko talaga, okay, kailangan ko 'tong tapusin, kailangan ko 'tong panoorin. So yun, hindi naman ako, tawag dito, na-disappoint, as in, parang, super
Kumbaga it
share agad ako,
delivers
super
naman sa
post,
scare na
post agad ako sa Facebook, now watching Netflix, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi for me, basta nag-post ako ng ganun, it's like worth to watch, ganun.
ah,
Mm. Then wala akong ibang comments kundi it's a must watch. You better try it. You better watch it. Puro lang ako ganun. Kasi
alam mo
it's
ba,
gonna
may
be yun na.
alam mo ba
Mm.
Pat, may trivia ako sa'yo. Ito
Mm.
palang film na 'to meron siyang dalawang ending. Ah, kumbaga na-search ko din siya, dalawa pala yung ending niya. Medyo spoiler alert tayo sa mga
Sobra na nga eh.
viewers
Malala na nga
natin.
tayo mag-ano eh.
Ah,
Okay. Anyway. Mm-mm.
yung unang ending 'di ba is namatay si Mateas, nasagasaan siya ng truck, which is cause ng The Circle. Kumbaga plano na nila yon in the first
Yep.
place. Kumbaga
Uh-uh.
they're like 5 steps and Mateas like 5 steps behind sa kanila. Or yung
Uh-uh.
ending, namatay si Mateas, tsaka pati yung si Amaya, yung girlfriend niyang
Mm-mm.
pinipilit niya iligtas. Tong
Right.
part 2 naman is nakaligtas si Amaya, nabuhay siya. So, si Mateas nakapunta dun sa bodega, dun sa tagpuan nila. Tapos may nakita siyang coffin. Then
Mm.
yung coffin na yun, may nakita siyang note. Tapos tinulak siya ng isang Sharon, yung members
Uh-uh.
na, one of the member ng, ano, ng The Circle. So yun, nakulong siya sa
Circle.
loob. Tapos yung pinipilit niya i-Skype yung ano niya, yung girlfriend niya. Biniblur nila yung bibig nung ni Mateas para hindi
Hindi
kumbaga kasi
mabasa.
nagma-mouth reading yung si
Right.
Amaya, yung girlfriend
Uh-uh.
niya. So
Uh-uh.
hindi nabasa. Which is yun lang pinagkaiba niya. Namatay pa rin si Mateas pero nabuhay si Amaya. Kumbaga
Right.
medyo may cliffhanger na what will happen
Na,
next now that Amaya have learned the secrets of this secret shady
oo
organization
eh.
who's killing people.
Right.
So
Well,
tingin mo if
oo.
napanood mo yung ending na to, is it better compare sa namatay silang lahat?
Um, well, for me, mas gusto ko pa rin yung, well, kung pag-uusapan yung cliffhanging or cliffhanger effect na sa movie, gusto ko na may isang laging natitira. Kasi para pag namatay
Mm.
sila, then, okay, so, paano naman yung ano, yung part na, kunyari may magbubunyag, who's behind ng pagpatay or dun sa dark circle, 'di ba?
Ah, Kumba
Things like
kumbaga kung
that,
alcohol
oo.
ka parang may gusto mo pa ring 1% ng germ na matira para balaan yung mga
'Di
following
ba?
germs
Or
din.
kasi 'di ba minsan kumbaga sa ibang local movies, kumbaga namatay na yung mga bida. Tapos biglang may
Oo,
hihinga na lang, tapos buhay ako, tapos ako yung magsisiwalat. Parang yung mga ganong
oo.
higanti.
Tsaka 'di ba
Mga
yung
ganong
if
effect.
you'll
Ah,
put yourself as a villain, parang you want someone to deliver the message na I am the bad guy. I'm the one who knocks,
pwede.
parang gano'n. Oo
Pwede.
nga, parang mas siguro mas if ever, if papipiliin tayo, if we're one of the filmmakers, mas gusto nating, mas may nabuhay to tell the message. Nanonood
Or,
nga pala si Isa Pat, si
hi
Isabel MacLean.
Isa, yes,
Umaga
all
sa
the way
kanila ngayon,
from, ano,
US.
saan nga siya? US, okay.
Hindi ko lang kalimutan yung state ni Isa. Pero yeah, umaga sa kanila ngayon.
Anyway,
Nanonood siya.
hi Isa. So, ayun, pwede din, or, I mean, pwede din yung story naman sa Belen kung paano nag-adapt sa sa ganong scenario. Kung paano nila pinagplanuhan yung ganitong klase ng pagpatay sa isang group of friends with the use
Oo.
of, the dark web, ika nga, and
Mm.
what do you call this? The lost laptop, sabi nila lost
Mm.
laptop, ganyan.
Kung,
So, parang maganda kung may
kumbaga medyo,
story
ayun, medyo
behind
spoiler
doon.
lang. Ah,
Mm-mm.
throughout the film kasi pinakita na napulot lang ni Matt o Mateas yung laptop accident, pero it turns out pala na iniwan talaga siya doon ng mga kontrabida, ng mga villain. And they're like perpetrating this grand orchestra of terror and horror na pinapanood namin kayo. We have like 24,000 subscribers, di ba? How sick is that?
Mm-mm.
How sick are those people? Imagine kung totoo sila, di ba?
Yes. Oh, yeah, kaya rin naman din yung gano'n. So far, yun lang din yung masasabi ko. Ikaw, anong pang, anything else you would like to share about the dark web
Well, for me,
sa movie?
okay naman sa pelikulang 'to. Siguro mas may
Mm-mm.
dating lang sa akin nung mas may dating lang sa akin yung 2014 film, yung Unfriended one.
Ah.
Kasi may sort of catharsis sila na you know that,
Mm.
these people deserve what they're experiencing. Siguro medyo extreme lang kasi lahat sila namatay in the most gruesome way, pero may sort of catharsis. Tsaka
Ah.
may sort of message na rin
Mm-mm.
na be nice to
Mm-mm.
people. You don't know may pinagdadaanan yung tao. Tsaka, don't post shit
Mm-mm.
against them na alam mong masisiraan sila in the long run. Yung susiraan mo yung pagkatao nila, which is,
Right.
wag yun, X yun. Parang, kumbaga may message, may core message yung pelikula. Dito kasi sa
Mm-mm.
part 2, medyo convoluted na what's the message of the story na wag pumulot ng ligaw na laptop, which is technically kasi iniwan
Oo.
nila doon. So, technically di rin makasalanan ng
Oo.
bida kasi planado nung mga kontrabida yun, di ba? So,
Right.
siguro
Mm-mm.
compare comparing the two films, mas gusto ko siguro yung part 1 kasi may message. Yung part 2 kasi
Mm-mm.
medyo convoluted na ano ba yung message na gusto mong sabihin.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Ikaw ba?
Yeah, get
Tingin mo,
it.
ano mas gusto mo yung part 1 or yung part 2?
Oo, kasi kung may chance akong like mapanood ko ulit yung one kasi medyo matagal na eh. As in medyo kumbaga fragment na lang yung natatandaan ko dun sa movie. Pero I would agree naman with you as well. Well, when it comes to message, well, for me naman, so far I could say din yung sa dark web is better din. Better din naman siya. Maybe it's how you parang look for or to dig deeper what really the movie is trying to imply to its viewer. Parang nasa yun na yun eh kung anong
Mm.
klaseng message yung gusto mong iparating sa sarili mo as a
Pwede
viewer.
din. Siguro yung
Ganon, di
pinaka-message na
ba?
rin ng dark web is, be like sensitive as well to the things you put on
Right.
social media because once
Social
you put it
media.
there, it's already like a public entity. Kasi sabi mo, ade, social media
Right.
ko naman te. Kasi in the first place naman, you don't own social media because you don't have a
Mm-mm.
Facebook account. Basically, that's Facebook account
Mm-mm.
on you. You don't have a
Account.
Twitter account.
Right.
That's technically Twitter's account on you. So, everything that you
Right.
post there, mapa-public or private mo man yan, or kahit
Exactly.
i-only mo yan, once you posted it's technically public already. So, siguro sabi mo
Right.
nga, depends on the people as well if what message you can bring up to a movie. Siguro yung pinaka-message
Mm-mm.
lang din nung part 2 is nung Unfriended Dark Web is, be careful on what you post on
Mm-mm.
internet kasi once you post it there, it might be vulnerable to attacks, to, cyber attacks, mga ganun.
Exactly, right. Oo. So, 'di ba? So, in that case pa lang, you would say na din na that might be one of the messages that the movie would like to bring up to its viewer na din. So, ano pa ba? Well, hindi naman technically mangyayari na may mapapatay in real life situation. Like if we gonna compare yung dark web,
Kumbaga ano
'di
na
ba?
siya,
Yung
pinakita na siya as extreme level kasi yung horror,
extreme
kailangan
lang,
takutin yung
oo.
tao. Oo.
Right. So, kumbaga sa atin, so let's say, yun nga, sabihin na natin yung phone, simpleng phone, naiwan sa coffee shop, sabihin na natin na gustong-gusto natin yung phone na gano'n. So, kinuha natin, binuksan natin, pinakaalaman natin, and then we try to log in sa lahat ng pwedeng pag-log in na, like emails, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and such. Without us
Mm.
knowing na yung phone pala is intended for a people like us na kunin yun at hindi isa uli for us to steal
Oo.
information like credit cards,
Oo.
'di ba? Yung
Oo.
mga ganun like personal identity na pwede nilang gamitin for their own
Pwedeng
sake.
gamitin sa identity theft, pang ganong bagay.
Exactly, 'di ba? So, yon, ganun yun yung for me then one of the messages that dark web or that movie specifically would try to imply to its viewers. So, yun lang. To simplify, um, ganun kasi lagi yung perspective ko pag manonood ako ng movie. Kumbaga,
Mm.
sa akin, ito yung message niya. Kasi that is how I understand the movie. Well, for you, kung yan yun, edi yan yun. And that is, ano naman, ikaw yung nanood hindi naman ako. And that is your understanding to
Kumbaga,
a movie as well, 'di ba? So,
kumbaga
para lang din
film
siyang
film
ano,
review naman tsaka film analysis, it's the feeling you
exactly,
get from the movie. So,
from the
tama.
movie, oo. And it's how you define na din a certain art, 'di ba? Like, collage. Kung titingnan mo, like, okay, baka let's say sabihin natin na, sa simpleng tao, that's just okay, it's just a colors or objects na for them siguro hindi magets yung term. But for us who appreciates art, 'di ba? For us it's like meaningful, it's like maraming message, it's like something na it really defines your parang fanatic of being an artist, something like that.
Tama. Big
Mm.
check ka
So,
diyan,
yun, gano'n
kapatid.
lang din sa
So,
akin.
ano na tayo,
Yes.
rating system
Wrap
tayo.
up
Sige.
ba? Okay,
Meron
go.
tayong so kumbaga sa film reviewing kasi natin meron tayong 1 to 10 scale. Bibigyan natin ng pelikula
Ah.
lang scale na yon, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So, ano muna
The
tayo?
highest.
Sa Unfriended one, anong score mo sa kanya?
Okay. Well, I would give it 8 out of 10. 8
Nice.
out of
I'll give it
10.
as well 8, tama. 8.
I'll
8
give
ako diyan,
8.
kapatid.
Ah.
So, good story. It has a message. It has a, core concept
Mm-mm.
as well. Great
Yep.
execution that time. So, bigyan natin
Mm-mm.
siya ng 8. Siguro yung
Yep.
room for improvements na rin din yung
Mm.
characterization. Kasi like what we said, ang dull ng mga character. Tsaka parang in the end, gusto mo sila lahat mamatay dahil sa ginawa nila doon kay Laura, di ba? Which is not
Oo.
really a good way to start a horror movie
Mm.
kasi you want
Mm-mm.
to relate to someone dun sa mga character, which is kaya nga mas nagiging enticing yung adventure nila na gusto mong mabuhay sila kasi nga like hindi dahil
Mm.
likable sila pero alam mo you understand the logic behind it. So siguro yung characters na
Right.
lang medyo dapat yun na nila dinevelop. So siguro if
Right.
that's the case then 10 siguro pero currently we're giving it an 8. Tama ka dun. How about
Mm-mm.
the dark web, Unfriended to dark web? What's your score?
For me, I'll give it, siguro 9. 9 ako for the dark web.
9. Siguro ako, yun nga, medyo nag-iba tayo dun sa part na yun. I'll give it
Mm-mm.
a 6. Um, Nandun
6.
yung like horror thriller aspect. Kaso nga lang, kailangan mo lang
Yeah.
paganahin yung suspension of disbelief mo na parang you know how to use internet naman. We all know how to use internet. So maybe that's not
Mm-mm.
pinaka-extreme version na yon. Tsaka siguro dahil
Oo.
mababa yung score ko, yung core concept, compare kasi sa part
Mm.
1, ano yung message na gusto mong iparating dito sa part 2 na 'to na don't like don't take any siguro yun na lang yung pinaka-message niya yung ano, yung be safe, like logging in or like using other people's stuff or technology. Siguro yun na lang yung pinaka I think message niya. Pero I think if i-compare natin, mas heavy pa rin yung message ng part 1. Kumbaga, meron
Yung
siyang
part 1.
catharsis, meron siyang
Mm.
be nice to people concept compared dito sa
Mm.
part 2 na medyo hindi siya ganun ka-solid as a concept. So, yun. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Mm.
Yung pat,
Alright,
baka
so
may gusto
I
kang
guess
batiin or ano, may gusto kang,
sino
sa
bang
mga viewers
batiin
natin, baka
ko?
may gusto kang
Well, of
sabihin.
course, yung mga college buddies ko dyan na nanonood. Thank you so much for watching sa Rebyuhan ng Bayan. Akala mo naman channel ko, no?
I mean, channel natin
Mga
lahat. Oo.
pag-inarte. Channel nating lahat. So, yon. So, good luck to your career sa pag-develop ng Rebyuhan ng
Naks,
Bayan.
career
And I
talaga, no?
hope,
Sarap naman pakinggan
yes,
nun.
divine. So, I hope mag-boom and more reviews to come. Basta ako, ano, pero wait lang. May napanood mo na ba yung Truth or Dare? I'm not sure kasi kung before din yun
Oo.
or just recently lang. Well, sa Netflix ko
Nasa
lang din
Netflix
siya
na
naman
ata siya ngayon, di ba?
napanood.
Oo.
Oo. So, if
So
you
yun, next time,
haven't,
nag-review natin yan.
oo, so try mo din. So, siguro mag-collab ulit-ulit. Mag-collab ulit tayo for the
Oo.
review. And of course, din
Tsaka
sa
yung
mga gusto mag-join, sa
sa
mga watchers
LGBT
natin dyan.
movies, yung requested ni Shay, sige, ano natin
Oo,
yan?
sure.
Planuin natin yan.
Pero local, BL
Local
series,
BL.
may napanood ka?
Sa Kristan, medyo cringy kasi sa Kristan eh.
Yung
Daryl Yap,
Pero
syempre.
Game
Medyo
Boys,
cringy. Game Boys, sa
not
episode
yet.
3 pa lang ata ako.
Okay.
Pinapanood ko yung Game Boys yun.
Pero
Yung
try mo
dalawa pala
din siyang
pinapanood ko,
tapusin.
yung sa Kristan tsaka yung Game Boys.
Mm-mm. So, I guess that's pretty much it for tonight. So,
Baka may gusto kang
that's
batiin.
all.
Yan.
Ayun lang
Or ano, or what?
naman. Sino ba magbabatiin ko dito? Yun lang. See you soon, guys. Sa mga kilala ko tong 10 to eh. Sorry. Magpakita naman kayo. Grabe naman kayo. Diyos ko.
Wala,
Parang hindi
pandemya eh.
pandemic. Parang walang pandemic.
Swimming,
Anyway.
tara.
Di ba? Hugas-hugas man lang, anas. So, pansol mainit, walang virus. Charing! So,
Guys,
ayun
maraming
lang.
salamat sa
Super
panonood.
thank you
Patrick, maraming
din.
salamat.
Thank
Next
you
time,
so much.
review natin to or if may movies pa tayong gustong reviewin, review natin siya. Guys, maraming salamat sa mga nanonood, sa mga classmates, sa mga
Yeah.
colleagues, tsaka sa mga
Right.
boss namin dyan. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Pat,
Bye,
thank you na marami.
guys.
Thank you
Thank
na
you
marami.
so
Review
much.
ng Bayan
Muchas
out.
gracias. Yes.
This is Patrick, signing out.
Ooh.